108 people. Okay, here. Go to this.
Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome back to Stay Fishy Friday.
Hi, everyone. Oh, I gotta remember this is backwards to me. How you doing?
So yeah, of course, you got your favorite host over here. Dan, you kind of need to scoot towards me some. You're cutting off half of your body.
Ow! Ow! I just run over my toe. Ow. That hurt. Oh my god, that hurt. That's not funny.
You're not supposed to do that.
Oh my god! Though I had my foot here and I rolled the chair over, and it just went over my big toe. Oh my god, that hurt so bad. It didn't actually go over. It just hit my toe, squished it down, and locked into place. Oh my god, that sucked. Oh, that hurt. Okay, what a way to start the show. Hi, everybody.
All righty. Oh, thanks, bud.
Thank you. Okay, so now we got to do the Tracy update real quick, and we've got the word of the day, and then we got to get on to questions and answers because we don't have enough content. You know, we have a lot of hanging out with our friends, but we don't have enough content. We need some info in there every week. I want to push that.
Well, let's start with the word of the day.
The word of the day. I'm thinking. You know what? I'll hold mine. What's your thought?
I got one. Everyone's gonna be drunk.
Well, we don't drink, so
Friday. Every time.
Friday.
Every
Stay
time
Fishy Friday.
You can't bump the table. Every time you bump the table, it does that to the camera.
Oh, pull that off of it. There you go. No, don't do it.
All right. Got you guys.
I'm mounted the camera brace to the wall, and if the table's touching it, what?
Ooh, I forgot. We did say last week the
What?
drinking word was gonna be mermaid.
No, yeah. It's going to be mermaid is the word of the day. I'm sorry, I forgot, people.
All right. So, speaking of mermaid,
Actually, last week I got notifications of $150 was raised for the mermaid challenge to put me in the mermaid suit and make me swim out there. Because I said if it reached $1,500, I'll spend it on the fish and I'll do it. But ain't no one want to see that. Well, I was sadly mistaken.
hey babe, I think your sunroof's open and it's raining.
It's raining outside. So now what we're going to do is there's $150 there, and somebody else came up with a GoFundMe with a $1,500 limit, and I think he's up to $150. So everybody's actually chiming in on this and wants to see me in the mermaid outfit. I don't know why. That's silly. Okay. I would think no one wants to see this. But if you guys bring up to the $1,500, I will. That means his GoFundMe has to come up to $1,350 because I already got $150 in donations. I will do the best I can and be the best mermaid I can and make it hilarious. And I'll take the part and go with it. Okay. I don't know why you guys want to see this. Yes. Odella rules.
You said something that caught my piqued my interest. Let's say you said 1,500. You said 1,000 on the live stream last week.
No, we said 1,500, and that's what he put the GoFundMe up for. Yeah, and then and of course I'd spend all that on the fish, like get the 3,000 of background from Universal Rock, something we wouldn't normally spend the money on. You know, something that would make everybody's enjoyment of the fish better, but we wouldn't normally spend the money on because that's frivolous. The fish don't need a background. They want more food. They want heat. They want light. They want, electricity and all that. So this is something I can do that would raise more money and make one of the tanks nicer, So if we can talk to Universal Rocks and get maybe a three-way background, a three-sided background for the 4,400, we'll try that first. If we can't get that for the 1,500, we'll do the 3,000. And leftover pieces we'll do littler tanks with. Oh yeah, your car is swimming in water now.
it's not the. It was just a backside up, so hopefully it's not.
Okay, gotcha.
It's not like open. Yeah, so we're gonna have to go back and see because there's people debating that it was
At the beginning, it was 1,000. At the end, it was 1,500. And somebody changed it to that, and then dared me and blah blah blah. So that was Brittany, Josh's girlfriend. That was Josh's husband.
Okay. So mom update.
Okay, the mom update. Now we've got her mist machine off because we have these things called HMEs, and it has a thing with two sponge things that she breathes out and in, and it creates warmth and moisture. Her mist machine is to create moisture so that she don't get these things called mucus plugs. That's what they're called. And actually, one of Mara's last, not Mara, but Evelyn's last patients died from a mucus plug, where they weren't running the machine when Evelyn wasn't there. Evelyn came in to the house at 7:00 in the morning, and this poor little girl was already dead. So, I'm sorry. That's a terrible thing to talk about, but it happened. Okay, so we can't let Tracy get a mucus plug, and what it is every time you have to cough, you cough it up. Maybe you swallow it. Sometimes you spit it out, but that's liquid in your lungs, and it becomes mucus in your throat, and you cough it out. Well, if you don't cough it out and you keep breathing dry air, it will dry out and plug parts of your lungs. You get one or two or three of them, you're gone. You're done for. You can no longer saturate your oxygen or your blood with oxygen. So it's a real. I'm doing the Tracy background or update, and I ain't got the background on. There we go. Cool. So it's a real problem. So we've got this machine that produces a fog, and she breathes on her own. There's no machine producing pressure and going into her, but we put this onto her trach, and it's like a trach collar. It's like a tent over her trach with a hole through it. Now she breathes out, it comes out the hole. When she breathes in, this thing here, this tube coming to the trach collar, produces the moisture. She breathes that in. And if she breathes faster than it's putting out, she'll breathe in through the hole too. So she's getting this foggy moisture into her lungs at all times. We have to shut it off for the show. So we do the same thing that we do when we do the wheelchair and we walk her around the block. It's called a HME, a humidification something device. I don't know why it says. I forget what it means, HME, but you can read it on the package. But basically, it's a tube with two sponges on each side, and she breathes out, she breathes back in, and it creates moisture in there. And that's how we walk her around the block, because we can't take this mist machine with her. So I put her on the moisture machine or the HME for the show. And everything's fine. We're good. We're good to go. And after the show, I'll put her back on her moisture machine for the evening. So we're all good. Josh, you want to do this one real quick and I'll take a break?
Yeah, but everyone's wanting to see you in the mermaid costume. Just saying.
Stop it.
I forget who it was.
I don't know why.
Who
wants to see
it'll
that?
It'll be mermazing. That counts as a drink horn, by the way.
Okay.
And we got 60311 for $5. Says that's the best background yet. Did you move the equipment to the pool room? If not, you should. I don't know what you.
What
mean
equipment
by
you
that.
mean? I don't know. Oh no, the Friday Night Live equipment to the pool room. No, that's just a background that we make here. Let me show you. We can do many different backgrounds. Like right now, I can change it to the cichlid background. That's just a camera in front of the cichlid tank for like 20 minutes. And then this one here is like the patio background when we were building that. Now it's done. So you see that. That was my flyover with the drone. And then let me see. We've got the 150-gallon tank background. Remember that? We used that a lot before. And then we've got the pool pond background. Let me see. Take this one off. There we go. That's what we're using now. But right now, while the Tracy update is on, we've got the Tracy slide. So anyways, we have to tie her in at night, not tie her physically, but we have to take like the Hoyer lift and it's got chains to lift Tracy up. We've got a sling that goes under her, and then we lift her up and put her in her chair. So we take this, and I take the chain.
Mermaid.
Stop it. And I hook it to the Hoyer lift, and then I hook it to the side of the bed, and I put a pillow between the side of the bed and the chain. That way her feet can't come off the side because she moves so much now. She's just rolling all over the place. I mean, she's like a 2-year-old that won't stay put, you know? She's doing a lot better. She's moving everywhere. So I have to chain her up, and not chain her up. Don't take my words that serious. But I have to put the chain on there with a pillow so that her feet can't go this way and then fall off the edge. Because once your feet are off, she's, I found her a couple times off to her knees. The weight will pull you down off the side of the bed. And she's never once fallen out of the bed since I've been watching her in the last year and a half. She's never once had a bed sore. We healed up the bed sore that she came home with. I took care of her for 7 months before we got a nurse. Now it's a year and a half later, and we got the nurses, and she's just doing so good. They do so much work. As a matter of fact, today I took her hand split off of her, and I was like, "Oh my God, Tracy, you're not even fighting me. Your hand's completely straight." And she just let me hold her hand like this and all that. And before it was like straight like this, and it was tense. You'd have to pry her fingers, and they were tight, and you'd have to get this, and then you'd have to work them, and then get them straight, and then you'd have to do each finger up, do exercises, and then by the time you're done working her out, her hand's straight. Her hand's straight now, and it's just so floppy and easy. Her muscles are not like engaging like they were before. She was staying tight and twisted and ballerina toes and pointing straight down. It was bad. We've healed her from all that. And the doctor said that can't be healed. The doctor said that has to be cured with surgery. I'm like, no, absolutely not. We can work her out, and she will not do that no more. And we got these I bought foot braces. I bought hand braces that when she sleeps at night, she's in like she's holding a can of beer, but it's a little bit less. Her hands are out a little more, and that's what it's like. And then it spreads her fingers. There's foam between each finger. This is her hand brace that holds her like that. So I put them on there, and when she's on her back, I have a pillow on her belly and legs, and I put her hands up here with her. When she's on her sides, I have one hand down and have the other hand on her side. And, it's working great. She's not able to contract and stay contracted because then the muscles stay on. She's doing a lot better. And, I talk to her all the time. And I told her yesterday that, you sort of, it's almost as if she's stalled, but she's not because she's still doing new things. But I'm waiting for that, she's closing her eyes. And that's a good way to do it because the blinking the eyes, she does that as a trick. She never did it coherently. Well, the closing of the eyes is something you can't confuse. Did she blink? Did she blink twice? Is that confused with, did you just blink twice for me? If you close your eyes for 3 seconds and then open them, that means yes. You know what I'm saying? So I'm working with her to do that. And she's done this a bunch of times. The problem is, she's not progressing to the point where she can communicate with me yet, but her body's in great shape. She's at the weight she needs. She has no sores. She's doing great. She's not all tensed up. We're actually making a new brace because when I change her brief, her legs are like locked together. Her both knees are like boom, and it's hard to pry them apart. And so I have to take a hand on one knee and put the other knee on my elbow so that this hand is open and I can, put the diaper up where it needs to be and this and that. And I'm sorry, brief. And, so I'm thinking of some sort of spreader so that we can do the same thing with her legs that are trying to stay clamped together that we've done with her wrist and her feet. Because, if you ever had a cramp at nighttime.
You remember those little workout, I forget what the hell they're called. But
what the heck they're called?
It was this contraption you put in between your legs and you just had to squeeze them. And
the Thigh Master.
That's it. So yeah, you can get her one of those and it'll help loosen those muscles up.
All right, I'll try that. But that's the way her hands were when she came home from the hospital and her feet were, and we've cured that. So if we can stop her from contracting her knees together, It'd be easier. It'd be a lot nicer, you know. We change her brief, and man, it's a job sometimes because she just does. She will not open them legs. Her knees are bent together, and that's it. She's strong. She's a strong little thing.
So guys, if we happen to get our power knocked out, it's not our fault.
Yeah,
it's
there's a thunderstorm outside.
So I'm just warning you guys now. Well, you're done with the mom update?
No. Yeah, I'm still going. I love talking about Tracy. I talked to her last night for about a half hour, and she fell asleep on me. Like, I don't want to hear your stuff. Just leave me alone. She fell asleep on me, but I told her, honey, you have to work. I know you can hear me. I know you're in there. You've already proved to me that you're in there, and you can, every once in a while you're in coherency and you answer me. I know you're there, but you have to work, honey. You have to do this. If you hear my voice, walk, come towards me. Try and answer me. Try and squeeze my hand. Try and blink your eyes. Try and anything. Make noise. Anything that you can do. You need to show us new things. And and she went to sleep on me. I'm like, I'm trying so hard here. She's a sweetheart though, and she's doing good. Her weight's back to normal. She's doing great. She's let me see. The nurse has her in the wheelchair. We're up to 3.5 hours a day. Before it was half hour. Then her head would start falling or she'd fall back. Now, then it was an hour, then an hour and a half. She stays in that chair for 3.5 hours a day, which is the most, probably 4 hours is between brief changes. So we're at that point to where we can't keep her in the chair no more. But she holds her head up and she watches TV and she's, hanging out with us. And, I come into the room and she'll be sitting there and she'll look up my way like this as I start talking to her, she's something else. She's such a little fighter, Coming back from where the doctor said, pull the cord. She's never going to be, she'll never be off these machines. He had us just in tears, just blubbering in the hospital. He walked in, he was so crass about it. He's like, just pull the plug. She's never going to be amount to nothing. She's never going to be the person that you knew her as. She'll never come off these machines. If I take any one of these machines away, she'll instantly die. And within a week, she worked off of those machines. So, here's to you, Dr. Kumar, So she's something else. She's working. And as long as we give her body time to heal, her mind can come in, she's not ever stalled out on us to where she's not doing nothing for like 6 months. She's always learning something new. She's always doing something. So I equate this as a baby coming into the world, at a year old, they should be walking. Well, she had brain damage, it's the lack of oxygen, where the brain stem connects to your spine. A lot of that brain died because of the lack of oxygen, and she has to now make new neuron connections and all this stuff. So she has to relearn everything. And like I said, as long as she's fighting and she's trying, I'm going to keep taking care of her, and give her the time she needs, because we've worked hard all of our life, and now that my youngest son, he's 27. 26, and his older brother is 31, I think, and his older brother's 33, and nobody has grandkids yet. So, that's coming next. They all have their long-term girlfriends. They're all in love. They're all going to marry their girlfriends. It's the grandkids are next, and I believe that out of all the time Tracy spent working and I was
working.
To
say here.
The
other two are engaged. You're telling me to hurry up over here?
You're dragging butt, son. I hear Brittany in there laughing. So I'm just saying, we worked our butts off. She was an electrician. I played in the band. I was also I laid carpet at my own company, and then I also had the houses, and we had to rebuild them. And, we were forever working nonstop. It's time to now enjoy the grandkids. I have enough houses to where the money comes in and covers the bills. I just happen to spend any money I make on the rescue. So, I'm not rich by far, but I've got my bills covered. We're comfortable now. We can enjoy the grandkids. And I completely feel, no matter what she did, why we had to get divorced, I completely feel she deserves to be here for this. She earned that right. She deserves 100% to be here. So that's my Tracy update. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And she's she's making her way back. She's definitely doing more than she was the week before, which she's doing more the week before than she was the week before that. So she's fighting. I got to give her the time, to heal.
Alrighty, we got Colin Doyle for $20. He said, just catching the first live show in a few weeks. Mermaid.
What's up, Colin? Thank you.
I'll have to watch the Miss Tracy's update. I'm sure she's doing great.
Yes,
when is the Dallas Aquashella? Oh yeah, mermaid. Dallas Aquashella is actually on Halloween, so it's the 30th and the 31st. That
the
Saturday,
29th
Sunday.
is Friday.
But it's that Saturday, Sunday, 30th.
Right. I'm being there Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and I guess they're all dressing up down there.
You know what you should go as?
I'm going. I'm dressing up. No, I'm going as a fat man.
Mermaid.
No.
Mermaid.
I'm going as Big Rich.
Mermaid.
I'm Big Rich from Ohio Fish Rescue.
Mermaid.
No, there's mermaids there at the show.
But no one's gonna be a Big Rich mermaid.
Oh, that's for sure.
you're gonna get everyone at your booth. Just saying. Trying to take pictures.
Hey, now Joey Mullen has joined the ranks. He is going to be there. DIY Joey. He's going to be there with us. So, we're going to have a good time. Brett Raymer from Tanked is going to be there. And if you guys get to, Aquashella, that's the best time to be. Because now the other two Aquashellas didn't have DIY Joey. The first one didn't have Brett Raymer. Now, last one had Brett Raymer. And the first one didn't have Big Rich from Ohio Fish Rescue. The second and third will have that. So now it's going to be me and Reaper going to Dallas. And Brett Raymer's going to be there. And DIY Joey's going to be there. So it's going to be a great time.
Science Gal Aquatics said hi, and she's excited for Aquashella.
Hi. You know what? I saw her talking to Haley today. And I was like, dang, they don't even bring me up in their conversations. I felt left out. What's up, sweetie? She's going to be there. Yeah, she was at the last one. We had a good time. And, I since the last one, I started watching a couple things she's doing, and she's fun to watch on there. Check out Science Gal Aquatics.
We got Will Star. He say he should go as Bigfoot.
I could pull that off, But
Chewbacca.
Nobody wants to see me in 6-inch heels.
We got Andrew Pratt for $10. He said, "Good luck, guys. You are both legends. Love the channel from Scotland, UK."
Thank you. If any of you seen the newest video I put out today, I put my heart and soul into that build and made this kid's 10-gallon tank exactly the same in a 55-gallon tank. But I made him a bubble wall and all this other stuff, and it was a great little video, and I'm very happy to do that. This is the girl, her name is Bridget, and her husband are going through troubles, and he left out of the house. So she didn't know how to take care of the saltwater tank, and he didn't want nothing to do with it. So she called us up and gave us that beautiful saltwater tank. It's completely automated. He bought the best of the best parts and the lights and automation and everything, and it's all Wi-Fi. It's a great setup. It makes a new person into salt very easy way to go into salt. So I was asking her, is there anything I can do for you? And she's like, well, my son's tank is kind of small. If you got something bigger, she was talking about a 20-gallon. I'm like, well, I got a 55-gallon stand. It looks like brand new. And she's like, well, not that big. I'm like, no, he'll love it. So we set him up almost the same tank that he has this big, now 4 foot wide, and it's a beautiful, go watch the video today. It was awesome. I didn't get to see his reaction, because we're going back over next week when she gets, the kids to visit for the weekend, and we're going to be able to see his reaction on that tank. And I'm going to help her move her fish from the old tank to the new tank at that time. So, we try helping everybody. We just upgraded. We gave Reaper the 125, and then he never set it up. And now we just upgraded him to the nicer 125. Now I got, Bridget and her son and upgraded their tank. And, we've got the 125 we're trying to do something with now. We've already had plans for like 2 weeks. So somebody called me yesterday wanting to know if we had a spare tank. I didn't, because there's already plans for this tank. So if you see it on here, we're not dissing you. We're not putting you off. There was already plans for this tank. And I can't reveal them here because they might be on here.
All right, we got Colleen Perkins for $25. Said first, big hugs, a little treat for baby and her new friends. Happy Fishy Friday, everyone. From Colleen, Kevin, and Silas.
Thank you. Wait, what was that? Colleen and what?
Colleen, Kevin, and Silas.
Is that the lady we just got the fish from?
Yes.
Oh, okay. What was their names? Baby was one. I don't remember the rest of the names, but they're all here.
All right. What else? Time continuum said great update on the tortoise, Josh. Yeah, I tried to, but I made a mistake in the video. I said spinach, but I feed them romaine. It's all the green stuff.
It's all the same. Well, spinach is actually a
it's fiber, so it blocks you up.
Well, not only that, it's a calcium blocker, so it's bad for the tortoises.
All right, so you said you wanted to do some questions and wait, here we go.
Oh yeah, our buddy Kevin Josie. I don't know if he's here right now, but our buddy Kevin Josie worked at Tillamook. What's this called? Jerky plant.
Country Smoker.
Right, and he used to bring us all kinds of Tillamook stuff so we could, help his company's name out there. Promote them. Thank you. Well, he don't work there no more. He moved on and got another job. But here, I'll take this, and you bring up the box. He sent us a box full of Tillamook jerky again, and he don't even work there. So now, what I got to say about this stuff, you think jerky is jerky, but you got Randy Macho Man Savage with the Slim Jims. Ooh, yeah. And they're good. They're great. But these things here, usually, and he sent some zero sugar too. Usually they're very hard and then chewing. These are like have a slightly hardish exterior and the inside is so soft that it's like, oh, you can't stop eating these. They're great. They're better than Lay's. You can't eat just one. So Tillamook jerky, y'all. It's called Tillamook Country Smoker, and this is their old-fashioned beef jerky. I found out that the blue jerky in the bag doesn't taste that good.
There's zero sugar. It's amazing.
This is the blue bag.
Oh.
It doesn't taste good. It's not jerky.
That keeps the
it keeps it fresh, right? Will Star says that jerky is delicious. Yeah, he's had it many times here. Oh wow, everyone's saying mermaid. Look at this. You guys are falling behind here. So, anyways, the best that I'll do at the show is I'll wear this headband, these glasses, and be a wrestler type, but I'm not going to dress up to something where no one recognizes me. I'm there to sign autographs and help people out and answer any questions. And, here's a sticker, here's an autograph, here's, blah, blah, blah. And if I'm sitting there looking like, I don't know, Santa Claus, it don't look like me.
What would you do if Joey came to the show dressed as you? He had a big old mullet.
He should. That would be hilarious. I wish I could dress like Joey, but I don't want to walk around on my knees all day. I'm sorry, Joey. I had to do it, brother. Mm.
Oh, they're asking, can we go back to the pool room? You have the cichlid background on.
Oh, you want the pool room background? Sure.
Just turn the cichlid off. There you go.
There you go.
That's
There's the
about
pool room.
All right, so we're going to get to the question and answer portion of the night. So if you guys have questions, go ahead and stick them in the chat.
Yes, I got notified before we even started that there's a question about pH. Now, before I even reveal the question, and Jim's here. What's up, Jim?
Jim Shasley, $5 says, "Gotta run. Catch you later."
Aw,
Thanks,
Jim. Thank you, brother. I tell him all you need to do is hang around. You don't need to give us money. You just hang around.
People love to
Look
support
at
the causes they like.
Time continuum. He puts up 30 different little pictures of a mermaid. That's hilarious.
So what about pH now?
Okay. I'm a firm believer never chasing your pH. You know, if your fish can be acclimated to that pH, which is a much longer acclimation period, I'm talking 3 days or so. Don't take them from 6 to 7.5 in a matter of an hour. You don't want that. Acclimation is basically for their same temperature water and that kind of stuff. But if there's different pH, now there's a different step. You want to bring them up slowly. But here's the thing. You don't want to add additives and bring your pH up, and then you put your new fish in, and then all of a sudden, over the next 2 weeks, it drops back down way lower than this fish is used to, and then you put in additives and you bring it back up. You know, this is more detrimental and has killed many more fish than training your fish to live in the pH that you have, the environment that you have, because then it'll be stable. Now, with the pH, stable is much easier to deal with than raising and lowering pH. It messes with fish really bad. So I would say don't chase the pH and just acclimate the new fish to your water with its pH.
But there are ways to raise your pH of your tank. If your pH is not 6.8 to 7.2, something in your system is making it go that way.
Well,
so
okay, the person asking said that their natural water, they're in Canada, was I think they're in Canada, was 6.0.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you know, for cichlids and stuff, which their optimum, environment would be a higher pH, you put in Texas holly rock, that kind of stuff. And just normally it would raise it that way. And then you're not, you add baking powder to raise the pH and it wears out, and then it goes down, then you add more and it comes up. This is so detrimental to fish. This will really mess your fish up. So if you can put in a substrate like, what was the other rock? Crushed coral.
Mm-hmm.
If you use crushed coral as a substrate, it will bring the pH up also, and it'll be steady, nonstop. That's a good way to do it.
All right, so Austin McGoldrick says, serious question. How do I convince the miss to get a 150 gallon? I would get the tank while she's not in the house and pray for forgiveness after.
Now that's really rough right there. Here's what you do. If she's not into your hobby with you, get her a little tank and buy her beautiful fish and give it as a gift to her. She ain't going to say, I don't want this. It's a gift. Now she'll get into them. Then you upgrade her, and now it's bigger. And then you upgrade her again. It's very, very easy to go from a 10 to a 20 and a 20 to a 55. You do those 3 steps. Now she's hooked and she's into your hobby with you.
Someone was asking, what do you do with the pond behind you during the winter time?
We do nothing. In the fish room, we heat the air, so there's no heaters in any of the tanks in the fish room, but we keep them doors closed. That stays at 83 degrees all night long. Now, if the temperature during the day is 76 to 90, I'll open the doors during the day. And then at nighttime, they're closed. So that keeps it relevantly warm in there. Out here, we have this pool pond, and it runs through, it comes out of that right there is the overflow. Right there is the overflow for the pool. And it runs through the original pool filter and then the pool heater and then back to the pool. We have that set at 83 degrees. So in the summertime, it's hardly on and it comes on a little bit. In the wintertime, it's on all the time. So the water's always 83 degrees in that pool pond because them are all, fish from the equator area. They can deal with that, and plus when you get in, it's like a warm bath. It's not like, oh my God. And then you put another foot in, you're like, I don't like that at all. You get in, you're like, and you just go in farther. It's like a warm bath and it's enjoyable. Plus they eat more, they're more active, they're much better, like that. I could lower it down and save on gas bill to where they're at like 75 and they'll eat less and all this and everything will be much more slower paced, but they're not living their best life then.
All right, we got Roger Dillon, $5.
What's up, eyeliner?
He's asking, how does he make the pump on the flower horn bigger, also known as a Coke? And
Everybody pronounces that cock.
yeah, that is what saying that.
It's K-O-K.
He just want to know how he made it bigger without making his breath nasty.
Oh my God, Roger, you still at it. Oh my God.
He said, JK, love and miss you guys. Hope to see you again soon.
All you gotta do is come by, Roger. You stopped coming by, son. We're still here. Come on by. Roger's a little rambunctious, so he drinks a couple beers. I cannot video him no more. He can't stop swearing, and he says some really off the wall stuff. I cannot video him when he's drinking. And I said something to him, and then he stopped coming around. You shouldn't have to stop coming around. I was trying to keep you mellowed to where we could still video. That's all. I didn't want you to stop coming around. Love you, brother. What is your favorite flavor of jerky, Josh? You sitting there crushing it. I like the heat flavor. What was that? They had it was like square chunks, like breath mints. I loved that one. It was the softest one, and it had the best flavor. It was a smoked something, smoked teriyaki maybe. I don't know, but
Good day.
and the Smokies are good. I don't know. It's really good. You can't stop eating it once you start.
This old fashioned stuff is pretty good. I like it.
What old fashioned?
That-
Oh,
All right.
oh no! Someone brought something out of the past. Time Continuum says, "Shut up, Roger." Oh my goodness.
Nick Slam says, my dream is to open my own fish store / rescue. Do you have any advice or tips?
Yeah, don't do it. Don't do it. Run, save your money, go invest it in something else. This has been a huge money pit for us, and we've been doing this for about 10 years, and we have gotten where we've gotten because I have sold stuff to buy tanks. I have worked other jobs to buy tanks. I loaned out my equipment to go buy tanks. I mean, I could be driving a Lambo right now instead of having fish tanks, but I have fish tanks. So my advice to you is don't do it. It's very rough. It's very time consuming, and it takes every second of your day, nonstop, all the time, or you lose animals. You have to tend to their needs, and there's no ifs, ands, buts about it. If you're sick, you got to feed the fish. If you're sick, you got to clean the tanks. If you're sick, it doesn't matter. Get up. That's all there is to it. Wait, when's the last time I've had a day off?
I don't know.
That was Aquashella, and I didn't even have a day off. I had to go there and work. I signed autographs all day, every day, and gave out stickers. And then I get to come home, go back to work, and catch up on what everybody didn't do. It was rough.
We went riding last weekend too.
Well, that was the grace of our nurse. The first time in 2 years since I bought the 4-wheeler with Tracy, we went to the store, we picked it out. I bought 2020 Can-Am 1000, and then she died and all this stuff happened. Our plans were we're gonna enjoy this summer, go riding like we used to, and I have not got to ride that machine at all. This last Saturday, Mara, our nurse, she's the greatest. She agreed to work and on a Saturday where she don't normally work, so she worked the 7th day in a row. And she worked that day so that me, Josh, and his brother, Richie, can go out here and go riding. And we did. We rode for about 4 hours.
Yeah.
And had to hurry back home because, Mara worked from 9 until 5 that day. And we had to, by the time we were ready to leave and we got everybody here, it was a little bit late. Then we get out there and then we had to, unload and all that. We got to ride for a little bit. It was fun. And I took cousin Jenny with me, and she was absolutely against going up and down any hill. So I had to sit there and let the guys go up the hills, down the hills. And I pull up to the hill. He's grabbing me. No. So there the guys go. We're having fun. And, I had fun too, but it'd been nice if I could have just played. What was that game we play? I can go anywhere you can go.
Follow the leader.
We used to have fun doing that.
Okay. Rob Vandemer for $5 says Ohio Fish Rescue, Bigrich and Mermaid Suit Swim.
Oh,
Go
no.
Fund Me title, Mermaid, Mermaid, Mermaid.
Is that the GoFundMe title?
Yeah.
He's telling you this or asking?
Don't know. Sounds like he's telling.
Okay, because I don't know I saw it today, but I don't know the title of it. Oh no, it did not say mermaid. It said help raise money to have Bigrich swim in a suit. And I had one of our mods connect him, say, put mermaid suit on there, because swim in a suit doesn't sound the same, That was all stemmed from the mermaid idea. So it definitely wasn't named mermaid, unless somebody made a new one, And, I'll do it if we hit that amount of money. We're up to 150 on his and 150 on people that donated straight to us because they put a note in there for the mermaid. I'm like, okay. So we're up to $300 right now.
How long have you been growing the mullet?
Since you've been a little baby boy. When I had the brain surgery, they cut it all off. When I started regrowing and it grew out, you were 3 or 4, and I had all the front hair was as long as the back hair. And then I did the surgery, and I've never been able to grow the front hair back out because it's too wiry. It goes into like this afro looking thing before it falls and hangs, So I keep this cut. And now it's a mullet. And I didn't want it to be a mullet. I didn't try it to be a mullet. I just shortened the front, long in the back. But it's a mullet now. Damn it.
All right, more questions. Rob Vandemer said that's the title. I updated it. So that's clarification.
Oh, very nice. So Rob's the one that made that.
Yeah.
Nice.
Ohio Fish Rescue, Bigrich and Mermaid Suit and Swim.
Awesome. Good job, Rob. Yeah, so we're talking about his GoFundMe the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. Right, Drew, it's not a mullet. It's just short in the front.
And really long in the back.
Bill Lynch says, I want to see Rich in a leisure suit in the Predator pine. Actually, Bill, if you go onto my Facebook and you look back into the pictures, or no, go to mean67.com. That's the videos of my car I built with Richie, the Camaro. And then if you go over to photos, you'll see me in a suit and tie under the car, bolting on the wheelie bars. Because that car was that clean. I was able to throw a blanket down, get under with my suit, tie, strap it up, and then get back out. And my son took a picture of it. It was pretty funny.
All right, more questions. Who took my mojo? So what's the newest tech in the fish keeping industry?
Ooh, I love all these heater controllers. You don't use the settings on your heater. You turn your heater up to 100%, and then you plug it into a heater controller and put the what's it called that goes in the water?
Probe.
The probe in the water, and you plug it in. It's a separate controller. That's its only job. It's made to control the heat. Your heater has a little tiny, itty bitty little heater controller built inside the glass. You don't need to use that. Turn your heater up all the way, plug it into a heater controller, and then it's much more accurate. Plus, you have the availability of plugging in a second heater set just a little bit lower. So if you have this first one set at 85, you turn the second one on to 83. That way, if the first one ever breaks, the second one kicks on. Because, if the first one's keeping it 85, the second one don't need to be on. But if the first one breaks, the lower temperature, 83, now the second one kicks on. You've got a backup. And you'll notice a difference. It goes from 83 to, 85 to 83, or 80 to 77. However you want to set it. It's a great, great thing. The heater controllers have 2 plugs coming out of it, and we'll turn them on. So I love that technology. And then not to mention the lighting technology is advanced insanely. They have lights that reproduce an actual lightning storm that put out sound, and you can hook the sound output up. You can listen to it on its little AM radio sounding thing, or you can take the line out and hook it up to a radio and have an actual sound like a thunderstorm.
And the whole tank automations as well.
Tank automations. It's amazing. The Apex systems. I mean, there's a whole lot that has, in this last year, 2 years, has like tripled in the amount of technology that used to be available,
So we got Joey on the chat, and he's asking if you're fully booked for Aquashell in Dallas.
Oh, DIY Joey?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, what's up, Joey? Yes, sir, we are. We've got the hotels there at the show, and we've got the plane tickets done. We are there. I just can't guarantee I'll get there at the same time you will, so I might not be able to grab that ride from you in the limo. But, we've got a guy down there is going to take us and give us a ride. We're going Friday, and we're coming back Sunday evening. So, yes, of course, we're there, brother. We're there with you. And Brett Raymer's going to be there, so I'll introduce you to him, and he's a good guy.
This is his last speakeasy show that he's doing. So this will be his
Why?
last. Talk to him when you're there.
Why would you do that?
Well, hey, speaking of King of DIY for $5, he says, I was told Rich would shake his hair for $5, putting
Shave
it to
his hair.
No, he said shake. Like
Shake? Really?
Your hair for
Okay.
$5, putting it to the test.
I don't know where you heard that, but I tell you what, Joey, for you, buddy, okay? For you. Let's go ahead and shake this stuff. How about that? Give it a little,
I think the wind just whispered Pantene.
You smell the Pantene? Can you smell the Pantene?
If you ever want to find my dad at a trade show or something, just follow the Pantene.
My hair always smells like Pantene, And it's crazy because at the end of the day, when you think your hair wouldn't smell, I take it out of the bandana and I release it. And Josh is like, man, your hair smells like Pantene so much. It's a good smell. It's really good.
He just said priceless.
Love you, Joey.
All right. I lost my spot in the chat, so give me a second.
There you go.
All I smell is Pantene, man. You gotta go wash that stuff.
What do you mean wash that stuff? That's what's in my hair. I use Pantene.
We got Ange for $5. She said hashtag off our rocks.
Hi, Ange. Love
Team
you.
Tracy.
Aw, Team Tracy. I love that. It warms my heart to see this many people just so loves Tracy, That just warms my heart. There are so many good people. This whole aquarium hobby, all of our fishy friends, has so changed I used to hate people. You don't understand. I lived in Cleveland. I mean, it was horrible, There were thieves and $10 hookers walking down past your sidewalk in your house, and she got one tooth. It was bad. It was. I just stay away from my house. I'm raising my kids here. Who are you? What do you want? Why are you in my yard? I mean, it was bad. And I come out here and, I get into this whole fish world, and you people are just like the salt of the earth. It's just amazing how all the people that help each other, all the people that help us, all the people that we help other people, like George at Agno Aquatics. He said, come on by, I'll give it to you at cost. I'm like, great. I'm going to go buy the gravel for this kid's tank.
Mm-hmm.
I get there and he won't accept no money. Or Alicia's wife wouldn't accept no money. You know, they would not take no money. They wanted to just donate it since they found out I was donating. I mean, you don't find that in downtown Cleveland.
Nope.
You know, it's you people are the salt of the earth. Yeah, I love you guys. It's awesome.
All right. So King of DIY said everyone super chat $5 and make them shake it nonstop. So we got Will Star for $5. He said, "Shake that hair again, Rich." LOL.
Oh, no, Joey, I thought you was my friend. Here, I do you a little more. How about this? Let me take this side and then take this side, and I'll give you that little shake. Oh, how funny. My son thought that was funny. Was that worth $5?
No, it was pretty damn funny to me.
Pretty darn funny.
Dan is not a swear word. It's in the Bible.
But this is the swear jar.
It's also in the dictionary too, all right?
Well, I'm glad you're going to be there, Joey. I was like upset you weren't at the last one. And of course you couldn't be at the first one, all the sanctions involved and stuff. And now this last one, I didn't know if Canada was going to open up before then. You know, I'm glad that you got it worked out to where you can be there. We're going to have fun down there. We're going to have fun. Everyone's dressing up though. I don't want to dress up to where people don't recognize me. I'm Bigrich. They come to see me. They want an autograph. I'm going to be dressed up as me. So
Joey's gonna walk in with a mullet and a bottle of Pantene in his hand.
Oh, Joey, you might hear something. Somebody said earlier if I was going to dress up. What was that? What was the question? If I was going to dress up as Joey or something?
As a mermaid.
Something was brought up about DIY Joey.
Yes.
And I said, yeah. And I said, I'm sorry, I can't dress that short. I'd have to walk on my knees. So I'm sorry, buddy. I did say that.
King of DIY again for $5. He says, "I finally have a fetish. Ha ha. Shake it, man."
Oh, no. This guy's killing me. How should I shake it? The same as last, a new way.
Go ahead and give him a over the shoulder hair toss and look back. That was completely backwards.
Oh my god! How about this? How about that? Is that good? Oh wait! Oh wait! It's the wind's blowing. Oh.
So he actually did not say shake it that time.
Oh, you
swear jar.
Okay, now that I know. You see what I got to put up with, Joey?
Gotcha, guys. He's probably over there loving life. He said, "Good sport."
Hey, life's about having fun. And, you know, Joey, let me explain something. I was once going to have you, and you questioned me on this. They had that on the Tonight Show where they kept bumping, what was his name? The guy they bumped?
Matt Damon.
Matt Damon, okay. And, you know, all this stuff, you know, Matt Damon was in town, but we couldn't put him on tonight, so he'll be here next week. I thought it was a great idea. I was going to start doing that with you. I did it one time, and Josh was like, "Dad, I don't think you should do that." Mm-hmm. So I didn't do it no more. And then months later, Joey's like, "You know, Rich, I wasn't even in town. I've never been to Ohio." And I'm like, "Oh my God, now I know what you're talking about." But I was going to do it every week, you know. Hey, we had to, you know, skip DIY Joey. He's in the waiting room. You know, I'm sorry. We'll have him on next week. You know, I thought it was funny. It actually almost started some trouble.
So we have Aaron Cazzoli for $5. Says this is for the Pantene infused mullet shake.
Oh no! I can't keep doing this.
Yes, you can.
Oh my God.
And you will until 8 p.m.
All right, look. You see the hair? You see the hair? You see the butt? How's that?
So if we ever get this whole mermaid costume thing going and they bring it up to the goal, we got to have you over the rock in the monster pond, right here, over the rock in the monster pond, a blower blowing at your face, the mullet blowing in the wind, just shaking the mullet.
Can I get a tan first?
A spray
I'll tell you
tan,
what.
yes.
I'll forget about all the cash to do this. If Joey shows up here, from the rescue, I will just do the mermaid outfit for free.
He said, "Well, damn, I was already planning on it. No, you know what? Buy that shit tonight."
Oh my goodness. Well, no, the sanctions have just been released.
You know what you just opened the door for?
What?
We only have 140,000 people that's going to see it.
Right.
He's got 1.2 million. You
Right.
screwed yourself. You're
Pretty
going to be out there in a mermaid costume.
That's okay, because you know what? Any money that we make from this point on, because this right now we're almost covering the bills. So if we make any more money, I can buy us extra things for the fish. Like the backgrounds. I've said many times they're not necessary. We pay for the bills. That's necessary. We pay for the food. It's necessary. But backgrounds, special lighting, we could do that. If I start making more money through this YouTube thing and it surpasses the bills, then of course we're on to some next level thing. We could do what Joey did and actually decorate his tanks really nice. Our tanks.
All right, so we have Steven Bundeluck for $5 for
Hey,
another
buddy.
Pantene shake.
Oh, come on. Seriously. I can't keep doing this. I'm running out of shakes. What do I do? Steve, I thought you were my friend, brother. We were friends. We were brothers.
I'll save you this one. He didn't actually say anything.
Ah!
But he did say something down below. He said, "Bigrich, any chance we'll see you at next year's Mermaid Parade in Coney Island?"
Oh my God. Oh, there is an actual mermaid parade there?
There's probably a parade for everything, so I wouldn't doubt it.
Wow. I do miss New York. Now, I was there on Coney Island and Brooklyn and all that, and I come back, and then Steven's sending me all this food from different places.
Mm-hmm.
The world renowned, this place that does Coney dogs. This place here does, what do you call it? Reuben's. This place here does, and he's sending me all this food, and it's like, man, I want to go there. He's got like the best place ever. There's just like,
yeah, the best one I liked, he sent them little cheesecakes. I forget
they
what
were
bakery
awesome.
it was
Yeah.
from. But yeah, it was good.
yeah, them were awesome.
All right, we got Will Star for $5. He says, "Swing your hair out in front of your face, Rich." So you
I can't.
flip
There's
it over.
nothing here.
You flip it over and you do a little head
God.
shake.
There ain't much left up there. It's all right here.
There you go. Now just shake it.
Oh my God.
No, he's gonna spend 20 minutes fixing his hair.
Well, it looks like a bear. It's all over my shoulders. I gotta fix this stuff. Oh my God, it's all gotta go back. There we go. There we go. Now I can pull out this side. Now I can pull out this side. Joey, don't get jealous.
Bill Lynch said, "I would pay to see Bigrich in a mermaid outfit in a 2,000-gallon tank on a trailer in front of any pet store."
There we go.
All right.
Man, I'm so glad Joey's here. That just thrills me.
All right, guys. We got a half hour left. If you want fish questions answered, go ahead and put them in the chat, and I will get to them.
Joey, I challenge you. Anytime that you hear me putting out misinformation, check me and then put out the right information. That man knows his stuff. You know what I'm saying? So if I'm talking wrong about pH or filtration, homemade filtration, because I build all my own homemade filtration. I don't know if this guy does. Of course he does. That's where I learned most of my stuff. Yeah, Joey's awesome. All right, what do we got here? Anybody else need anything?
What all is in your saltwater tank right now?
There's a green thing and a blue thing, and a purple
we
thing.
have a bunch of hermit
We got
crabs.
torches, hermit crabs. Yes.
We've got a black and white clown. It's a type of clownfish. I forget
That's the
morph of
meanest
it.
fish we own. He bites me more than any other fish ever, and he hurts more than any other fish. This little thing, he comes up and he like hits me with like a hypodermic needle bite. It hurts, and it jerks my hand out, and I get salt water all over the front of the glass. And now I'm mad because I have to clean that. I really don't like this little clownfish. And then we also have a albino moray eel in there.
He's not an albino, but I would say he's leucistic. He's
Okay.
all white with black eyes.
Okay.
And there's a Nassau tang. I don't know if you said that or not.
No.
And just snails and hermit crabs. We will be getting more in there.
The first thing we're trying to find right now is an arrow crab because we have bristle worms in there. So the arrow crab will take care of the bristle worms.
Yeah, but at the same time, I did some research on them. Not all bristle worms are bad, and it will be food for the fish. I think there's 160 different species of bristle
This is
worms.
about 1 inch long, solid red worm on the substrate. Comes up out, goes back down in.
They're all over the rocks too. But
Are they?
you say red, that tells me it's a fireworm.
Now, see,
Right.
Christy was here, and I can't see.
Yeah, no.
So she tells me it was a bristleworm.
I've seen them a million times. You come out when the lights start turning blue, the bristle worms and all the copepods are coming out and feeding on all the detritus in the tank. They come out of every single crevice of the rock. Sometimes they'll come out the sand, but yeah, I've seen them. They're 1 inch to 2 inches long. There's long, skinny, bristle
Super
worms.
skinny. Tiny. Like if you take a pencil that's just freshly sharpened and you draw a line, that's how wide they are. They're very tiny.
Yeah, but they're the non-harmful kind. I did a lot of research on them.
Are they?
We put something in there that'll just eat them. That's fine because you'll spend hours trying to manually remove them. Bill Lynch said, "Sounds like a snowflake eel." No, a snowflake eel is white and black. Resembles.
This is solid white and almost see-through.
Yeah, he is a moray eel. He's just a color morph. He's all white and he has black eyes
and kind of see-through. And he's about 1 foot long. He's as big around as my thumb as he swims. His head and all that. He's pretty good. Gary Wales says, "Josh, are you single?" Tell Gary if you're single or not, Josh.
No chance, buddy. Sorry, bud. We have
Brittany. Someone wants to know if Josh is single. That's his husband.
We have Heather Needar says 2 butterfly koi in a 55-gallon tank. Should I get a bigger tank or should I rehome them?
Well, the koi are going to get up to 30 inches eventually, So a 55-gallon tank is definitely not big enough for them. And it's fine to hold them while they're small up to 8-10 inches. But if you want them to keep growing and living their best life, you need a bigger tank or pond or a pool and, feed them 3-4 times a day. There's Brittany. Oh, she's like, nope, he's taken.
Sorry. I've already got
I gave her my card. Yeah, give me my card back. Yeah, don't ever give a girl your card. Sorry, Brittany.
All right, now I lost my spot. Oh, we got it. Polly Fox says, "We live in Indiana and our nitrate is always high. Constant water changes. Farmers dumping fertilizer, maybe?
Could be, but you know what your savior is? Plants. Get yourself some pothos. Get yourself some, what else grows good out of there? Avocado grows in the water. Potatoes grow in the water.
Anything plant.
Stop it. We use pothos here because the roots get like 2 foot long. And, the water passing through, it eats out the nitrates out of the water. So it lowers our water bill because our water bill was like $1,400 a month. Now that we got this pothos on here and the arms are like 25 foot long going in every direction, we've got a 4 foot by 4 foot area of styrofoam with holes in it every 6 inches. and the roots are just coming down, and they're like 2 foot long. It has lowered our nitrates so much that now our water bill is down to about $400 a month. That's the difference, because we have a pass-through water system. Water's always on. You know, we have a drip system that drips in the prime that it needs. And, you know, that's how we run the system. The pool runs with the same, all the water, into the fish room right there. And then the fish room overflows back into the pool. And then the pool overflows out to the pond. And the pond overflows out to the river. So what?
I just banned someone. I couldn't do it on my phone.
Oh, so what did he say?
You're being a douche. Just go on with the show. We don't...
Okay. So anyways, now I lost my train of thought. What was I talking about? Do you even know?
Plants?
Did you listen to me?
No, I
He
don't.
said no. Diesel, stop it. All right, so yeah, you put pothos as a house plant, and you can put it into your hang on the back filter. You can put it into the top of your tank with a piece of styrofoam with holes drilled through it and put it in there. You can take it and leave it in its pot, you know, of soil and set it on top of your tank, but take the arms and set that down by the water, and it'll produce sprouts there and start eating and get all of its nutrients from the nitrates in your water, and it will lower your water changing habits. Somebody also said, you know, I saw this argument, and I mean, I think this is common sense, and I don't understand why people don't know this. Your water changing schedule is not the same as your uncles or your cousins or your neighbors. If you've got a fish tank and you want to say, hey, look, I've done water changes 50% every week. Well, that may be way too much, and you're, you know, affecting your fish with the amount of chloramines and chlorine that you're putting in there before you dose it and all this. And, you know, it's all, you don't need to do that. What you need to do, and this is what everybody should do, on your tank specifically, to find out your water changing schedule. This is how you do it. You get an API water test schedule, okay, or water test kit, and then you test your water. If it's at 10 parts per million, whatever, you feed them every day the way you're going to feed. Every day you test. Now, this is a little bit of work at first, but once you get it, you don't have to test no more. So you test every single day until the water gets up to 40 parts per million. Then you do a 50% change of water. Now you're down to 20 parts per million. Okay, so that's your first step. Now you count the days that you feed the same, and then you test your water daily. When it gets up to 40 parts per million, whether it be 1 week or 3 months, whenever it reaches 40 parts per million again, that's your schedule. That's what you need to do a 50% water change. Okay? Nobody else's tank is the same as yours. No one else feeds the same. No one else has the same amount of fish. You know, even if you and your neighbor has the exact same amount of fish, he may feed more or less. So his schedule is going to be different than yours. This is the only way to find out your water change schedule. It is unique to you and your habits. Now, once you know that every 3 weeks or every 3 months, it gets up to 40 parts per million, you do a 50% water change, it's back down to 20. You're good to go. Every 3 months or every 3 weeks, you change your water, whatever the schedule is. That's how you figure it out. And it's really simple, but a lot of people don't understand this. Do not do it with test sticks. And while you're using the API water kits, make sure you follow the directions exactly. Because if you don't shake it for 30 seconds, like it says to do on the instructions, it will give you a false reading. So follow these instructions to a T. Do number 1, do number 2, do number 3, do number 4. Add this many drops. Shake it. Number 5, 30 seconds or 1 minute, whatever it says. And then you'll have an accurate reading. And just do that, please, people. It's the easiest way to find out your own personalized schedule. You may be changing too much. You may be changing not enough. And if you're not changing enough, let's say you have more fish than your uncle that said, hey, I change mine every 2 weeks. you have more fish, and then you feed him 3 times a day. He only feeds them once a day.
They just say, you know what they say about shaking it for 30 seconds.
So, so anyways, let's say he's got a lot more fish and, you know, this and that, but you feed 3 times a day. Your schedule is going to have to be quicker in between intervals than his is. So everybody needs to figure out their own schedule, and then you can stick to that schedule. Because here's the problem. Let's say you do your neighbor's schedule. Hey, every 3 weeks he does 50% water change. Okay, you have more fish and you feed twice a day. He only feeds once a day. Now you get up to 40%. You change your water down to 20. Now by the time you're 3 weeks again, you're up to 60%. You change your water 50%. Now you're down to 30. 3 weeks later, you're up to 90%. You do a half tank water change, you're at 45. Okay. And this continues until you're at 140 parts per million nitrates, and your fish are dying off and you don't know why. I've done nothing wrong. I'm doing the same water change as my neighbor. Now you know. It's not the same. Everybody has their own personalized water change schedule, but you have to learn it first. All right, I said my piece. I'm out of it.
All right. More questions.
Ask Joey what he thinks about that.
I haven't seen him in the chat. He probably logged
All
out.
right. Joey, if you saw that, let me know what you think.
It's Friday night. He's probably, drinking a few beers.
No, Joey don't drink.
All right. Let's get some more questions in the chat, guys. They got kind of buried.
Any
up there.
way we can help you, let me know. But seriously, what I just said, that's an immense help. People need to know this. And once they know their own schedule, there's no 2 people out there that does the same schedule. This is true.
We got Genevieve says, when is the koi pond in the back getting revamped?
Why would it need revamped? It just turned out awesome.
I think they're talking about when Greg's coming back to do that.
Oh, he's going to add the overflow, the infinity edge. He said fall time. I'm not going to bug him and keep calling him. So he said fall time. I don't know. Does that mean at the end of fall, beginning of fall, middle of fall? I don't know. I'm not going to call him and bother him. It's somebody that offered me something to do something for free. I'd let him do it on his time. So I can't give you an answer on that because I don't want to bug the guy. He's a good guy.
There we go. Sorry, guys. He's gone. We got Colin Doe for $5. Says mermaid, 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 mermaid.
Way to go. Oh my God. They're hitting on you.
Yeah, it was relentless, back and forth.
Non-stop, really.
Yeah. Will plecos scratch the inside of acrylic tanks? The answer is possibly.
So determinate. Yes, I have never seen it. I have heard horror stories, but I've got 2-inch thick acrylic with huge plecos. I've got 1-inch, acrylic with smaller plecos. I don't know. I've never personally seen it, but why not take caution on what other people suggest? If it's possible, let's not have a 4-foot pleco in a 220 little acrylic tank. They could possibly, make a divot in your tank, is what I've heard. So I've only got acrylic fish tanks with huge plecos with thick glass. I don't give that the chance. I mean, if it turns out to be true, I don't want to be the guy that says, look at how bad my tank looks. I put caution and I just do it.
All right. There we go. Did that one too.
Wow, what's going on with the? Where's our mods at?
They're there. There we go. I've seen bearded fish keeper on here. I haven't seen nobody else, but I'm trying here, guys. I'm trying. All right, let's get back to a fun show. We've
Jack
got
was like,
15
I can't
minutes.
help it. People like me.
Wait, here. I've got this. Hey, guys.
What's wrong with you?
All right. Mr. Skippendoa says local fish store refused to sell me koi until I showed them pictures of the koi pond they were going into.
That is awesome. That's how pet stores should be. You should go back and shake that man's hand. Yeah, I know you feel like you should be mad, but no, that is the way pet stores should be, because these are fish that get big up to 36 inches. My God, and they're looking out for you, and you're getting mad at them. So don't be mad at them. Go back and shake that man's hand. Say thank you. Ohio Fish Rescue says thank you. This is how most pet stores should be. I'm telling you, you'll make a friend right there.
Both Brooke and Kevin are here.
Hey, what's up, Kevin? We did your Tillamook production thing earlier. You weren't here at the time.
We got William Zinger says, will Pleco's teeth cause scratches in the acrylic? The larger the Pleco, the larger the teeth, the harder
They don't
suction
really,
they can.
no, they don't really make scratches with their teeth.
You stick that 30-inch Adonis Pleco in any of our acrylic tanks, and it's done for.
No, it'll make divots in the acrylic. He'll suck so hard that the acrylic will bend towards him, is what I was told. We have not seen any proof of any of this. This is what we're going by.
I have, and it's not pretty. Smaller Plecos are fine. It's not until you get over, 2 foot or so, can the Pleco start having enough power that their whatever we want to call it, their sucker has enough internal force to push their teeth against the glass.
And they do that thing.
Yeah, that scratches the acrylic, and they'll go across the front trying to get algae and whatnot, and they'll scratch it. But if your normal Plecos, a foot long, stuff like that, all your specialty Plecos, don't really have to worry about it. It's only the giant mammoths, like that Adonis. If we put him into, say, the 4400, that front window would start to be scratched up a bit. But we keep them in glass tanks, and you have no problem.
Awesome. Doogie says he'd mod for us. I'm going to go ahead and add him as a moderator. There you are, Doogie. Or Dougie. You are a moderator now. Don't abuse it, and you will never get it taken from you. Just if somebody says something rude or ignorant, just delete it. We're not here to get vengeful. We're not here to get mad. But if somebody says something stupid, as long as, it's not a job. If you happen to be here and you see someone say something stupid, you can now click on the 3 dots next to his name and delete it. That's all. None of my people here are getting paid. We've got Cleveland's Best Adventures, Brooke Holly, Bearded Fish Keeper, Janie Guglia.
Yep.
We got a bunch of different mods on here. When they're here, if something's wrong, then handle it. That's all. It's not a real job, and nobody's going to be mad at you for doing anything wrong. Just if somebody gets out of line, delete the comment. That's all. I mean, it's very simple. Kevin Josie, same thing, but he's driving.
Jay Rich says, when is your lungfish video coming out? Rod's waiting to lose.
Actually, this weekend, or today's Friday. Tomorrow we're going to make the video. Now, we're probably not going to win. I think his lungfish is bigger than ours, but we're not going to let on with that. We're going to send him the video where we're cocky, we're strong, we know we're going to win. And if we lose, it's no big deal. But it's going to be hilarious. You always see Rod in these little black muscle shirts, right? He got no neck, right? I can't dress up as Rod. So here's what we come up with. Should I tell him?
I mean,
A couple things.
Sure.
We're going to take a chicken breast and we're going to tape it with Scotch tape to my neck so it look like a huge neck, right, on each side. So now I'm going to have an actual chicken breast taped, and I'm going to put on the words actual chicken breast, you know, as I come on there. We're going to be, he's a lot shorter than me. So I'm going to tape a pair of sneakers to my knees. And I'm going to walk on my knees. I'm not going to tell you the rest because this is going to be hilarious. You guys got to see it. You guys got to see it because the other 9 ideas we have are way, way funnier.
And we've got something to fire back with him that he's not going to be able to compete with.
Oh, he
whatsoever.
can't compete with that at all. Yeah. He's just
Which-
little Rod.
Which we did not show in the previous video. We kind of just been, you know, saving this one.
Somebody says salmonella. Yeah, I'm gonna, you know, take a shower afterwards. Don't worry about it.
William Zanger says, I think impala bars are one of the most underrated monster fish. Have you ever owned one? Yes, we've had plenty. They do get large. They're a nice barb. If we got one in at the rescue again, we'd end up keeping it.
Right.
But yeah, they got really rare there for a small period of time, and they got
Dude,
super
that's just
expensive.
like snakeheads. When I was young, I had snakeheads all the time. You buy them at the pet store for $3. Now you cannot have a snakehead, period. You know, they were redline snakeheads. You can get them at the pet store all the time. And, you know, things change all the time on different fish.
Ooh, I like this one. Fishing with Dano. What would your dream fish collecting trip be?
Ooh, I'd have to go on an Arapaima trip. I'm sorry. That's mine.
Is it paid for by someone else?
Ooh.
That's a factor.
Yeah, because I'll you know, catch what they want me to catch.
Well, no, like you can go down to the Amazon. You can catch all the catfish, tigrinas, Paraíba. You can catch Arapaima,
Oh my
peacock
God,
bass.
would that not be a great, you know, a great adventure?
I mean that's cool going through the jungle and stuff like that. But I think a trip, I forget where it's at. It's somewhere in Thailand. But this guy has this big, huge pond. He has it stocked full with monsters from all over the world. So can you not only catch Arapaima, redtail, stuff like that, you can catch Mekong cats, Peruvian sharks,
Ooh, things we
snakeheads.
can't have here.
Correct.
Wow.
And you can get in the water and swim with them too. And you get
I'm
to
not
see-
swimming with a Mekong cat that can swallow me.
I am jumping in that water. I don't care.
What are you going to do if he tries swallowing you? Go sniff?
Bye. It was nice knowing you. Went out doing what I love. What life is about, huh? Oh, they said, Will Star said, print up a fake letter also like he did.
Oh, yeah. We had Rod. He lost, and it showed at the beginning of the video. He agreed he lost. And then he sent this fake letter from the fake cichlid, or I'm sorry, what is it? What's the fish called we're talking about? Oh, Pleco Association, saying that you can own one, you can raise one, but you cannot bring one in as a rescue. And then we were disqualified, supposedly. Oh my God, this letter was funny. It didn't have a return address. There is no Pleco Association that does this kind of thing. So he was trying to get out of it. Then he did that funny dance. Oh my God, too hilarious. So that's why we're going to do this hilarious comeback to him. And oh my God, I can't wait to show you guys. This is going to be too funny. You guys are going to laugh your butts off. I'm going to be laughing. I can't even stay in character doing it. It's so funny. Wait till you see it. Do you remember he always talks to his girlfriend or his wife? He's like, hey, babe, you know, I've got the biggest muscles, right, babe? Hey, babe, I've got the biggest fish, right? You know, I'm going to put out this challenge. Right? Isn't that right, babe? You know, watch that because I'm going to hook on that too. I got this. I got this. This is going to be hilarious. Oh, my goodness.
All right. We got 5 minutes left. 5 minutes. All right. Let me get
Time
back in
continues.
here.
Says, do fried chicken breaded to breaded chicken breast. Liquid Zoo says it's his chicken neck. He can lick it if he wants to.
Genevieve asks, do you ever put fish back into the wild when, if it's beneficial to the fish and the environment?
Yes, we have, but only on native fish and fish that weren't bought at a pet store and raised at a pet store to where they were caught out of the wild. We can put them back into the wild on their own because they already know how to, feed and all that kind of stuff. We can put them back. So if somebody surrenders us a bluegill they caught out of the wild, we'll put it back into the pond. A largemouth bass, that kind of thing, yes, we do put them back. But anything illegal, no, we cannot put them in the waters. We do not, condone that. We try and do the best thing for everybody.
All right, so someone's asking if we can get a Wells catfish for the monster pond. European wells are illegal, but there are Chinese wells that are completely legal, and they can get up to about 4 foot.
4 foot, yeah.
But the European wells are the known man eaters. They can get what, 9 foot, 8 foot, something like that.
European wells can get up to like 14, 15 foot.
Some.
They get huge. They can swallow a 6 foot diver.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I said, uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
I know that they can swallow a human. All right, we got Ange for $20. She says, "Love you guys. Cheers."
Aw, thank you, Ange. We love you too. We've always loved you, even though you like Willstar.
All right.
B. Reisenberg says, "Have you ever considered, moving the time to later? It seems like there are more people on later in the stream." Really? I've never thought that. I've never found that. That may be worth looking into. Thank you.
Well, it started off from 7 until 8, and then you went 6:30 to 8 to give everyone some more time.
Yeah.
So
because we were having so much fun, I want to be here longer.
And it's not impeding into nighttime work or weekend activities.
Yeah, we have Stephen from
SC
Aquatics goes on at 8 o'clock. So we always try and be done by 8 so that everybody can go over to Stephen's, live stream. And we don't want to infringe on him. We can talk him into going in later. We'll go later. I love doing this. This is the only time of the week I get to hang out with my friends. The rest of the week, I'm working. I'm taking care of Tracy, or I'm taking care of the fish, or I'm taking care of people with tours, or, I'm going on a rescue and this and that. On Mondays, I go on rescues because I got a double nurse. So, the rest of the week, I'm here working constantly. And my spare time, I get to wash dishes. I get to do clothes. I get to, wash the floors. I get to, clean the carpets here and, vacuum and stuff. It's just ridiculous. So the amount of work that goes on here is crazy. This is the only time I get to hang with you guys. So if I could make this longer, I would. I would love to hang out here for 3-4 hours. It'd be a lot of fun.
Oh, and another reason for going on at 6:30 are all of our friends across seas. It's 11.
Oh, yeah, it's
12
late
PM
at night for them. Yeah.
I think we're going to keep it right where it's at.
Oh, David Hudson, just hit on what you said. Please don't move it to later. It's 11:30 when it starts.
Yeah, that's where I got the idea.
Okay.
Michelle said, "Would you be willing to explain stalling your cycle when you're fishless cycle? Is it a real thing? How does it happen?"
A fishless cycle means you have to provide ammonia every day, because this is the only way it works. You put ammonia in the water, and you put bacteria in the water. Bacteria grows and it eats the ammonia and turns it into nitrites. Then the nitrites spike, and you have to keep adding ammonia to feed your bacteria. Now, when your bacteria puts out enough nitrites and it spikes up, bacteria will now start eating nitrites. Okay? So when that happens, your nitrites will come down, and then your nitrates will go up, and you'll have 0 ammonia, 0 nitrites, and then you'll have nitrates. At that point, you can add fish and do water changes because your cycle is set. This is the only way it works. This is how it works. So people are like, oh, well, I buy this ammonia thing and it absorbs ammonia. That's gimmicks, people. Come on. It's gimmicks. It's taking your money and it may absorb a little bit, but that's it. And it won't work again. It's absorbed its max and that's it. Stop playing into their rules. Do the cycle the way the cycle needs to be done. Put yourself some bacteria in there. Put ammonia in there every single day. Now, see, people want to buy goldfish because they're throwaway fish. Don't do that to the fish. Buy yourself some ammonia. I've heard of even people peeing in their tank every single day. You know?
Just kidding.
I did not. It's possible it works the same way. It is ammonia.
Be smelly.
Yeah. But the thing is, put ammonia into your tank every single day and let the bacteria grow. When your ammonia goes to zero, the nitrates go high, keep feeding ammonia. Within a week later, your nitrites will be low and your nitrates will start showing up. At that point, you can add fish and stop adding ammonia. Period. This is how it works. There is no other way. This is plain and simple. That's it. That's the rules of life.
All right. And with that being said, that was a good comment to end the show on. It's past that 8 o'clock hour. So we're going to sign off here for the night. We will see you all next week on yet another Stay Fishy Friday. And
I loved hanging out with you guys.
Not next week, but...
Why not next week?
No, I'm saying 2 weeks from now, you're not going to be here for the live show.
Oh, I will be at Aquashella on the
So
October.
I'm plan something special for that one.
You can have Will Star come over.
Screw that guy.
Oh,
Just
stop.
kidding, Will.
Love you, Will. You and your old lady could host it.
We'll figure it out, and we're gonna have a grand old time.
I've done it a bunch of times because you seem to take a vacation every 3 weeks.
I already booked the
I
next
have
one.
been taking care of the house, the fish, the dog, the birds, everything. You know, every 3 weeks you take off.
Alrighty, so we will catch you guys
Wait,
next
I've
week.
never got a thank you, Dad. I'm still not
Well,
going to
thank
get
you.
one.
All right, guys, we'll catch you next week.
Love you guys. And as always,
Stay
fishy, my friends. Oh my God.
You were a little,
As always, stay fishy, my friends.
You were a little slow with that one.